The Lord will fulfill His purpose for me. Your steadfast love, O Lord, endures forever. Do not forsake the work of your hands. This verse sits in a kind of quiet confidence. Not loud confidence, not the kind that tries to push uncertainty out of the room, but something steadier than that. It reads like someone who has lived long enough with God to stop treating their life as random, even when it doesn't always feel controlled. David starts with a statement that is surprisingly direct. The Lord will fulfill His purpose for me. Not maybe, not hopefully, depending on conditions. It's stated as something anchored in who God is, not in how smooth the circumstances are. That doesn't mean everything is immediately understandable or neatly arranged. It means there is direction underneath the unfolding of life. Even when the surface looks uneven, there's a deeper consistency holding it together. Then he grounds it in something even more stable. Your steadfast love, O Lord, endures forever. That's the foundation. Not human stability, not personal performance, not even clarity of understanding. Just steady love that doesn't fluctuate with conditions. And then comes the final line, which almost feels like a quiet appeal. Do not forsake the work of your hands. That's interesting because it sounds like a request, but it's coming after confidence. It's not insecurity, it's relationship. It's someone who knows they are being shaped, formed, carried through something ongoing. It's a bit like being on a long ride where you're not constantly checking every detail of the route anymore. Early on, you might have been very focused on maps, turns, timing, all of that. But at some point, if you've been out long enough, you start to trust the process of movement itself. You stay attentive, but you're not panicking at every shift in the terrain. You assume there's a direction even when you can't see the full layout. That's the kind of tone this verse carries. Not the absence of uncertainty, but presence of trust that has been tested enough to settle. One of the subtle challenges in life is how easily people interpret delay as absence, or difficulty as a lack of purpose. When things don't unfold in a clear or fast way, it's easy to assume something is off track. But this verse pushes against that assumption. It suggests that purpose is not always visible in real time, but it is still active. And that changes how you carry your day-to-day life. Because if there's purpose involved, then even ordinary moments are not wasted. Even slow seasons are not meaningless. Even the parts that feel repetitive or unclear are still within a larger shaping process. That doesn't remove effort from your life. It doesn't remove decision-making or responsibility, but it does change the emotional weight of it. You're not carrying the assumption that everything depends on your ability to hold it all together. There's also something grounding in the phrase, work of your hands. It frames a person's life as something being formed, not something self-generated from nothing. That removes a certain kind of pressure people often carry. The ideal that everything must be self-created and self-maintained at all times. Instead, there's a sense of being shaped within something already held. Practically, this verse invites a kind of steady participation rather than anxious control. You do what's in front of you, but you don't assume the outcome is fragile or random. You engage your responsibilities, your relationships, your decisions. but with an underlying awareness that your life is not disconnected from purpose. Even in moments where things feel slow or unclear, the application is not to force clarity, but to remain faithful in the next step. To keep moving forward without assuming the absence of immediate understanding means absence of direction. It's a bit like riding through a stretch where the road is straight, but unremarkable. Nothing dramatic is happening, but you're still covering distance. You don't always feel progress in those moments, but it's still happening. And the absence of dramatic signals doesn't mean you're not going somewhere. So the practice here becomes steady trust expressed through ordinary faithfulness. You don't abandon the process when it feels slow. You don't assume lack of visibility equals lack of purpose. You keep going with quiet confidence that what is being shaped is still being held. And over time, that builds a kind of stability that isn't dependent on emotional intensity. It's a settled awareness that your life is not unanchored. It is being carried forward with intention, even when you can't see every step of the way clearly. Thank you for joining me here today. Sure do appreciate spending a little time starting your day off with a little bit of the Word. Hope to see you here tomorrow. And until then, Abba willing, Shalom, Shalom.